you know, it's lit. Got another 5 days. I'm fucking hyped.
What you say? You get 5 days off? Is what you said?
The Arcadians in five
Oh,
days
the
for New Year.
Arcadians in 5 days. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm pretty hyped about that.
Yeah, no, my friend's going to Arcadian, so I'll be able to watch both of you then. That's exciting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it should be lit.
Yeah, I wish I could enter an Arcadian still. I never did get it one, so I never got
Oh, you
that rush.
oh you never. Okay. I thought you never entered one. I was like, no way. But you never did
No,
get in one.
I got like 49th and like 33rd and then like 25th on my last one. It was insane.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm hoping to do at least pretty well. The last couple nightclubs I've gone to, I've done really well, so we'll see. But this is also like the first month or two that like I've taken it really, really serious.
Yeah.
I've been pretty on and off, and like when I do play, I'll get like a big win. But then, the way I was getting my big wins felt like I was winning off hard reads, and like I don't want to play that kind of play style anymore. Because like when I play a Peach, that's just not gonna work, and that's why I suck versus Peach, or I
Yeah.
did.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, it's all about consistency. It really doesn't matter about the result if you're just
Yeah,
not gonna
exactly.
get that result ever again.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. So it's been a while. Do you have any like thoughts about like what you're struggling with against Fox, or like any other questions before we get into it?
Well, there's a couple. I mean, I struggle a lot with Fox because, especially against people that really know how to play against my playstyle, when they overshoot Nair, like land on platforms, or overshoot Nair and land like directly behind me. There's really like not much I can do because just the way that I play. Obviously I love baiting Wavedash back into or into X, but when they full commit like to the corner or platform, uh, Nair, I'm lost. And specifically in the scraps, the risk reward just feels really low, being grounded, but I'm also not the best on platforms yet, I don't think. So that's like something I'm really struggling with. What is like high value when I'm on the ground versus Fox?
Yeah, no, it's funny that you you brought up the wave dash. I looked through this game really quickly, and then I saw
Yeah,
a bunch of wave dash interactions. So that makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah,
that's my thing, and that's how I get beat a lot by players that know my playstyle. The players that don't know my playstyle, like I could get like wins against like I think good foxes, but then the next time I play them, they're just gonna adapt, or even during the game.
yeah,
And so that's not. I want to be multifaceted. I want to be able to also deal with the fox that is just gonna YOLO run to the corner
yeah,
or near to the corner because that's just not fun. And also, what do I do in the corner versus fox? I know the Alex Puff stuff, right? Like back air, if they try to run forward,
yep.
up air if they try to jump to plat, and then wave dash towards like center if they try to roll, and that'll catch the rest. Well, like practically, I'm not good at it.
No, it's that whole Alex thing is very interesting. I've thought about it a lot over the years, and it's like it has a lot of like good theory applications, but in reality, it's a lot of the time you're kind of just picking one option that you're gonna beat, and then if you guess right, Fox dies is how I always use. Like, well, and then if you guess wrong, it's like usually you don't die most of the time, unless like risk reward. Like, let's say you're at like 65 and Fox is at like 70. Honestly, it's not even like really that good to do any like really insane corner pressure, like going for like a full hop up air on a jump. Because if you
Yeah, because
miss,
Dash up smash is coming. Like we
yeah,
know it's coming, and there's nothing we can do about it.
yeah,
Especially if they get that Gallant.
it's just like all about like, oh, okay, well, if I am wrong on this read, then am I going to die for it, or is the risk reward going to pan out? And yeah, I noticed that as well in this game.
Yeah, I think that's like your biggest strength, which is why I want to talk to you like in this matchup specifically
Yeah,
because your risk reward specifically against Fox is like I think your biggest strength.
yeah, no, I definitely feel like I have a pretty strong grasp on it, but yeah, we can just look at this and see what goes on. You, do you know why you're doing this type of movement?
I think in the first game I went straight to the ground and he kind of just like nared me or some shit, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay up here and try to get a stray hit coming down as he's coming towards center.
But
Cause
like,
I knew
how you're
I didn't picture anything though.
positioning yourself, you're gonna get like a weak fair, because if you try and like fair down, you're just gonna hit, either you hit him jumping and like it's a strong fair maybe, and then he just like can literally just like fall to the ground before you and then just up tilt you out of it, or like you start landing and he like maybe dashed into you, and like you're probably gonna be you're gonna be drifting this way and Fox is gonna be here. It's probably gonna weak fair like almost all the time. So in this type of like non-interaction type of floating around, Hungrybox does this a lot. I think he still does. It's hard to tell because Hungrybox's been honestly inactive lately.
Yeah.
So it's like, or a lot of his sets have been off stream. It's really weird. It's been very disappointing. But how he does it is, let me just pull up on the punch. It's probably easier to explain that way. But yeah, how he does it. He does like this. He doesn't like what you were doing. You were doing like this type of gameplay. Like he does like in one motion basically. He just uses the Bair to carry him or Fair to carry him all the way to the other side platform. Because basically Fox doesn't want to like throw out like an up air to try and challenge this or a back air. Because if they're wrong, it takes so long for them to like be in like a winning position or like basically not like at a disadvantage again. Because if like you do this drift, and then instead of fully drifting this way, you just do one double jump. Fox tries to go for an up air. You just fall underneath Fox and just up air, and you could literally grab them and 0 to death them. So it's like, how it works, how Hungrybox does it, he just literally just does this back here, and then sometimes he mixes up like one double jump in it, and that's like how he does it. Because Fox does not want to jump into you at all in this matchup. Especially over the years, like Puffs have gotten so good at being like, I'm gonna read your jump with an up air, or I'm gonna read your jump with a fair, or back air, whatever. So it's like nowadays, most Foxes never leave the ground, especially when you're on a platform. They only do like the Cody up airs, or like they set themselves up so much for success, and it takes so long to do that, where they like try and like dash onto the platform, turn around back air, perfect drift, so they get back to center, or like nair onto the side platform from like here. So it's like this type of like jump gameplay like is pretty hard to interact with as Fox because they have to commit for it, and if they're wrong, it's like not great. They either eat like a back air for it, or they could literally eat an up air to death. So it's like, yeah, just be conscious of how you're using your jumps essentially, because the more jumps you use, the worse your drift is, and then the more time you're giving Fox to react to what you're doing essentially, and be like, oh, he's just drifting around, I can kind of hit that. So.
Yeah, specifically I remember talking to Toussaint about it, and a big gripe that Toussaint has with me is like, you're not treating every jump like a mix-up when you should be.
Yeah, no, it's like, this matchup, that like extra jump matters like a lot, especially against like Falco or something that's insanely big. Like that matchup is like literally just, oh, I do an extra jump this time, and then Falco does an up tilt and I pound, or falling up or the up tilt and they die. It's like, it's less important against Fox just because of his speed. It makes it a little bit easier for Fox to manage that, but like you just have to like be conscious of your jump usage. So like this whole entire sequence is better. So you see, like every time you're touching the ground, you're basically instantly jumping again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I think is pretty important to look at. It's like, how I think about this sequence at all is, okay, so if Fox is not going to approach me here, I'm going to do what you're doing and jump away. Or you could also mix this up and then do a short hop at Fox, and then either read him dashing back and take space on him with a full drift, or you can be like, okay, Fox is gonna drift, is gonna dash in at me this time, and then just back air him. Like either do a double jump back air, or land and then back air, or do like a really shallow back air. Either one. It's like, it's important in these type of landing situations to not do one option every time, Or if you're doing the same option every time, you need to mix up your timing on it, essentially. You can't just do, like, instantly as you touch the ground, double jump, jump, double jump as your movement. You have to be like, I can wait a second and then do it. Like, sit and crouch for a second or two. And be like, oh, okay, where's Fox? What's he doing? Does Fox expect me to jump right now? Then I can stay crouching and just crouch, cancel, grab, or, like, even potentially wave dash back, wave dash forward. It's just, like, you just can't really get into, like, a rhythm. That's the whole, like, point of Fox, I feel like, in this matchup, is just understanding Puff's rhythm in these corner situations and then just capitalizing on it, so it's pretty important. Whenever I do this type of nair, I only do it when I can lay on the platform from it, because if I miss this nair, and you even hit the nair too, which is funny, and you're still in a bad spot, but if you're on the platform and you hit this nair, you land on the platform.
I think your mic went mute.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Or at least I can't hear it.
Let me try. Yeah, I'm just having like weird problems with Discord. I've just been like cutting out lap, and I've had lessons like the last few days, and it's cut out every day. It's really annoying. Can you hear me now though?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Okay, so I don't know exactly where it cut out, but it's probably around here.
Yeah, it was right here with the nair. Your nair, you said typically when I go for this nair, I want to land on a platform, because if I miss, and that's when it's cut out.
Yeah, essentially how this nair type of works is that when I nair, and if I whiff and I'm not landing on a platform, Fox can just act immediately out of it anyways, and then just still kill me. And I've basically used all my drift and jumps to get a nair out. Rather than when I do this on a platform, what happens is after this nair trades, I just land on the platform. Like, it's a lot better to at least reset my jumps with that nair. That's the whole point of it for me. I don't think it's necessarily that amazing, because sometimes like the nair just loses to the up air anyways, and then you're just like insanely sad because you're like, oh, what if I just did like a double jump away and then like fell underneath the up air instead of trying to go for a nair to try and trade with up air and like potentially work out like a platform situation. It's just like, it's very messy comparatively to just jumping out of the way or like double jumping or just like trying to fast fall and like mix up your timing of whether you're going to be like slow falling into them or you can double jump away. It's just like, that's the whole importance of, you know, the double jump in this matchup. It's just like doing this nair just definitely costs you here, or it should. Yeah, like this should be death, I think. I just messed up execution. This is actually insane that you got this.
I knew he was gonna jump back for some reason.
No, I'll tell it's good. I was just like, man, you just rolled in to grab. It was insane. I don't think I've ever done that.
That I have to practice. I'm really bad at that DI.
Yeah.
Because I'm not supposed to run. I think you're supposed to jump backwards, right?
Yeah, you should be able to just full hop back or this. So against, for me, usually it's a box fox that I can't hit this back air on because they have travel time. So it's like they basically are hitting the DI immediately. So it's like, I don't know when they started like realizing, oh, I can just like hit the perfect, because like when I first started playing box foxes, they could not hit the up air DI for shit. And nowadays, if I play a box fox, they hit the perfect DI away every time, and I can't get it back here. But no, this one was definitely full hop back airable.
Yeah.
What? I'm really confused. So this was completely fine. Oh, do you know what this spot dodge was?
I was trying to do a wave dash down, like turn around grab, because I noticed the air dodge.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I would rather do wave dash turnaround grab, because wave dash down, is just like, I don't think it's that good in this matchup comparatively to just Wavedash back, because let's say like they actually fell down with like a drill here, they would have hit you with the drill, whereas if you Wavedash back, they can't hit you with drill. You just do a shallow Wavedash and it's fine. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with these are basically the exact percents. You're at 79, Fox at 65. Going for a jump read here is just definitely low on the risk reward charts to being good. It's just like the second you miss this, you should be getting up smashed here. I'm honestly surprised that this worked out.
You can make it? Favor. He can make it, given I was that far when I started the back air.
He did this like random like jump movement. He could have just like
ran through. Okay.
Yeah, he could have ran through, drop shield, dash, or he could have just done literally wave dash up smash and he would have hit you. And it's just like the Fox just kind of messed up their movement here. Or I don't know. It's like a better Fox would kill you for this. Most of the time though, you don't want to. You want to do this in one jump, essentially, as well, too. I felt like you took too long to get this out. I think most of the time I'd rather full hop fair if I'm going to do this.
Okay.
You do, like, short hop, or is it short hop or full hop? I can't even tell from the distance. I think it's short hop. You do short hop and then double jump. But they're not going to jump into it after you already start jumping at that point. I like this, the fact that you drifted through here. I feel like most of your drifts, you drift away, but this time you actually went for a cross-up drift, and this was really good. I would just try and do this more. Because that was like, that's like the same vein of actually mixing up what you do when you land. It's just the same thing where it's like, I need to mix up whether I land behind him, in front of him, or on top of him with my drift.
Write that down.
You try and drill here. This was like a winning position too, just crazy. I'm trying to think, did Fox mess up here? So like, okay, so the whole like grounded situation to me is how I'm viewing it lately is I am basically trying to beat their option, and most of the time I'm reading between whether they're going to do a very aggressive like overshoot grab into the corner, or they're gonna do like a very like mid type of aggression where they're like short hop nair at me, or they're gonna up smash, or they're going to like dash dance a little bit more, or they're gonna dash back. It's like I'm basically picking an option to beat a lot of the time in neutral. It's just one of those three options. So most of this game you've wave dash back, and they've done like a mid aggressive option where they like nair at you, they try and up smash or like jab. And like you've actually beaten it most of the time with wave dashing back and not dying from it. This time they actually get for overshoot grab, which is crazy. And I think they just missed their spacing because this wave dash back should lose here. Is the whole mix-up tree of this. So I would just definitely try and not default to only wave dash back and just like recognize that you should just throw out like a short hop back here, just cover dash, or try and grab it as well too.
Okay.
It depends on percents, which one is better. Usually, I mean, if Fox is at like 0, I'd rather be going for a grab. But if I'm at 79 and Fox at 0 and I whiff a grab, I could potentially die for it. But also, it's pretty funny. If you ever watch SDJ play this matchup, he just like grabs in place, expecting the dash, and then he just grabs in place again, just like hoping the Fox runs into it and tries to miss the funny. It's really funny. It's honestly crazy. Every Fox I talk to about him, about SDJ doing that, they're just like, man, it's so annoying. It's just like,
no, it works consistently.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it just because I'll try anything.
Yeah.
Especially in this matchup. You'll never know when it's gonna be good.
No,
it probably could work against like dash dance heavy Foxes.
Yeah, no, if a Fox isn't good on their dash dance spacing and their timing on whiff punish, it's pretty good. But it's also like you have to factor in the risk score if you really want to do it at like 79 and Fox is 0. Whereas if you get a short hop back here, it's like sometimes even if you hit it, they could potentially ASDI down and like try and punish you off that. But like most of the time, you're just gonna be able to backer them and just like either double jump backer after or We're just like,
Yeah, I definitely have trouble versus Fox at low percents. It's very annoying, especially like when I just kill them. I don't know what to do to get the percents up again.
yeah,
Because I'll throw a back air out there and they always ASDI down like and run forward. Even if I hit the perfect spacing, they're still in like a better position.
yep. Yeah, no, it's like uh the Hungry Bucks thing where it's like going back and forth between the platforms trying to get them to jump at you is like one way to mitigate the low percents. It's better when you're at kill percent because if you eat damage to like laser or the back air, it's like it's worse than if you're trying to play like a grounded mix up versus low percent Fox when you're at low percent where you can't die to like a grab or up smash
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you'll be able to get like a grab of your own or like maybe get like a back air up tilt or something like that to actually get something meaningful. It's like the jumping around gameplay is just mostly when the risk reward is just way more in Fox's favor to for you to play any grounded mix up essentially. This is insane when I saw it, I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy. Wow. That's just unlucky, honestly.
Yeah, it caught me so off guard. I'd use 2 jumps just processing what just happened to me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
I definitely noticed that cover. I was like, what's going on here? But you also didn't air dodge after, which was weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was lost in the sauce. And then I saw the Joey up here and I was like, what is happening?
This is really good invincibility gameplay. I like this a lot. The jab especially is like if they shield this, then they're basically getting grabbed right after. So this is pretty good. It's like you
Trying to
got
implement more jab into my gameplay. I noticed HBox doing it a lot. I mean, like he streamed recently and he was just like randomly jabbing after like throwing out an aerial.
yeah.
I don't know its practicality.
It's mainly good when you have invincibility because they can't shine you after it. If they can crouch cancel shine you, then it's pretty bad. In a lot of
okay.
matchups, they can also grab you as well after the jab. So like it's pretty cheese. But against some characters, it's like it's kind of okay. Like I like it in the Puff. They do it as like shield pressure. Sometimes I do like Nair on shield and I jab sometimes. Toussaint likes doing that a lot. And it's like, but against like Fox, I don't really do it unless it's invincible. Pretty much.
He always talks about, or they always talk about jab forward tilt. They're like, jab forward tilt, that's the future. People don't get it. I'm like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't get
I
it.
don't see the vision on that one, unfortunately. It's like, man, forward tilt for like 12 damage and then just does nothing in neutral. It's like, oh man. Okay. I feel like you can definitely just turn around and grab this.
Turn around grab.
Yeah. It's like
my
any
turn around grab.
Yeah, it's like anytime you're like actually punishing a Fox or any character jumping at you, it should really just be turn around grab. It's like you won the mix up and then you just like throw out a harder to get off back air because of how much more frames it is to do that to turn around grab. You have to enter a jump squat, then throw out back air. Oh my god. And it's just like I catch myself doing this. I see Hungry Bucks. It's a common thing, but it's like anytime you can get the turnaround grab instead, it's just so much better.
Okay, labbing that today. That's easily my worst thing as a Puff. That's like essential for us to be able to turn around grab, but for some reason I'm always holding a direction. I never let go of the control stick to do the turnaround. So I gotta just like get that habit out of my brain.
Yeah, no. Like, a lot of times it doesn't have to be particularly fast. It just has to be, you know, like, executed, like, semi-decently, realistically.
Yeah.
Okay, so now... So, as soon as I start seeing that they throw out grab twice in a row, like, this was literally, like... It's basically the same mix-up as was over here. Because, like, that fair was just... I don't even count that as a real interaction in the game. If I'm Fox and I'm Puff, I'm not really thinking, oh, they're gonna do this fair at me again. So I'm not really, I'm not like using that data to like influence my next decisions. Anytime there's like a random flub like that, when I'm playing any character, it's just like I do not think that you will do that stupid thing again. So I'll just like go back to being like, all right, what can you do again? And you can do. Overshoot grab at me. You could do like a mid aggressive option, or you could do a dash back, and because they did the grab last time when they messed it up, they actually tried to do it this time and got it correctly. Which is crazy. It's like a lot of the time it's like if you don't punish like what they do out of either do one of those 3 options, they'll just keep doing it. Sometimes you can categorize like a Fox player into only doing one of those options, which is like pretty sad to think about, but some Foxes literally only click overshoot grab and then that's their whole gameplay, or they'll only do short hop nair or up smash in like the mid zone. It's like,
Yeah.
it's really weird how Foxes do that, because like I think as Puff, like you can have like a play style, like you could be more oriented to try and approach off of like and do like an aggressive mix up to beat those options, or you could be like, I want to do more defensive mix ups to beat those options, like I'd like favoring jump away or favoring like staying in place or whatever, instead of like trying to actively take space or actively try and challenge like jumps or like dashes with like back airs and stuff. It's like, I think as Puff, it's on the Puff end to beat the Fox playstyle rather than like the Fox beating the Puff playstyle in a lot of situations. It's like,
I was wondering, so you were saying about I'm more like aggressive nature Puff, and I'm
Yeah.
really trying to hone in on more defensive habits and more like defensive gameplay, so that I can, it'll help me out when I'm like at kill percent.
Yeah.
Because I still play the same aggressive style, but that's terrible
Yep.
when I'm like at 80. Who do you think I should be like watching that
Yeah.
really does that thing
I mean,
defensively?
Hungrybox, when he's playing good, is literally the best player in the world at playing. Basically, I don't think Hungrybox really does the playstyle unless he's at kill percent. Like I was saying, where he jumps around and stuff. He's very aggressive when he's not. So basically, just skip the gameplay until Hungrybox is at 60% on a platform stage, especially. I think on like FD and stuff, it's like that gameplay is a lot. I feel like it's more Fox dependent to understand like, oh, I can like ledge camp this Fox, or I can like do this type of like drift spacing, and the Fox will never beat it. So it's a lot harder to like replicate, but the platform play and like the ledge play on like the platform stages is pretty replicatable. It's just really about not throwing out, not putting yourself in like spaces that you can get hit by up air, and then just like basically trying to make them commit at you with like the double jump stuff like I talked about earlier. But yeah, no, it's definitely really important. It's like I'd rather be doing the defensive gameplay stuff when I'm at kill percent rather than when I'm at low percent, because why give up stage control, why give up damage from lasers, why go for the low reward option when I can go for the high one? It's just like,
Yeah.
And it's just like aggressing is just ultimately going to make you a better player over the long term rather than being defensive. So it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me when people just like are like ledge camping from like the start of the game, or like,
Yeah, I don't. That's not the gameplay. I don't want to play that, And I feel pretty comfortable playing aggressive against anyone, like at any opportunity.
yeah,
But I do think there's merit in knowing both.
Yeah.
Like you said, and you know both, so I think there's definitely some lessons to be learned, especially against someone that's gonna do the same option to me 3 times in a row.
Yeah, no, it's just like, if you notice the Fox is literally only spamming Nair and Upsmash in the mid-range, it's like there's no reason to approach into that. That's the whole thing that style beats. It's like, if you just approach into the Fox Nairing and Upsmashing, that's just, you cannot win. It's an unwinnable matchup if you were spamming approach versus a Fox that's spamming approach. It's just not good. Overshoot stuff is actually, it's funny because like the further Fox goes on the stage, the smarter the play actually is. Honestly, it's like the overshoot stuff is just beating you being defensive. So it's like, that's why I kind of like this matchup still, because it's like it actually is like cerebral in the sense that Fox has to like mix up whether they're gonna go overshoot or not to beat defensive options. So it's like you're not forced into one play style the whole game. It's like you can kind of mix it up still, but yeah, it's like if they're gonna just spam like Nair and Upsmash, there's no reason to just approach into it. And it's just like, if they're gonna spam dash back, there's no reason for you to play defensive. You should just like take space.
Yeah, take the space.
Yeah.
Oh, I died. No.
Yeah, this was a problem with low percent. Basically, anytime they whiff an Upsmash like this, it's kind of GG. It's like, there's almost nothing you can do in this spot at this percent. In a lot of ways, I'd rather just try... I would probably falling up air is like one of the options. Because if they don't crouch cancel it, it breaks... I mean, it knocks them down here. It's the only move that you have that really does. Like, you can try and pound, but you didn't have enough time in this situation.
This is where I get checkmated all the time.
It's scary to pound, honestly. A lot of these miss up smashes in my head. I usually just don't like doing it because I'm just like, oh, if they get the shield up in time, then I literally died up smash out of shield. So it's like, I'd rather up air here. I would land sometimes. Like, I'll land behind them is another option. You could also potentially try and like land platform and then take center on them as well too. That's fine. It's like, you don't have to necessarily engage too hard because you're at kill percent, so it's like you can play like the slower type of like platform to platform, wave dash off the platform, like getting them to come at you type of gameplay, so it's easier to manage.
Do you think like Dair has like any function at all outside of like knockdown percent against Fox? Specifically the ones that are just like, they're gonna hold down and just like hit that up smash button. Like that's all they're gonna go for.
So I was talking to Faust about this and he was like, yeah, I think down air is pretty good like after like 50 and in this matchup. So he was like, yeah, I mean like you just read their option. And I'm like, I think there's some merit to it, but at the same time, you can't really beat all of their options consistently. Like, if they go for, like, spot dodge, that beats you instantly grabbing. So then you could just be like, alright, I'm going to delay my grab to beat spot dodge. But, like, they could also be like, alright, I'm going to shine instead. And then shine basically has no counter besides spacing. And let's say Fox is, like, paying attention and looking the fact that you're spacing your drill to avoid the shine. They can just be like, why am I shining? And they just start grabbing you. So in my head, it's there's not that much merit. But I'm still messing around with the concept to try and like make it good and like, you know, because I really like doing drill hard read a lot versus other characters, but I don't know. Risk reward just feels worse against Fox just because he has shine and grab and. Like,
but like I feel like our one move that breaks knockdown or breaks CC at all times, like there's gotta be something we like. There's some way to push it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an answer now, but I feel like eventually there will be.
It's just like Fox, you can't tuck under his grab unless it's literally like in the first like couple of frames.
Yeah.
Crouch. It's like when I'm playing the Marth matchup, it's like I'm super down to just drill and then crouch because I can just crouch under the grab it. Can't do it with Fox.
Yeah.
In my head, this situation is just still pretty bad unless it actually leads to a grab or a rest or another drill. So, like, yeah, I'd rather just up air or try and grab either one. Fastball grab and then no fastball up air, so you catch them jumping or dashing or rolling. Did they do the fair mess up again? What the hell? No, they said drill. Okay. I like that air dodge backwards though, which was pretty cool. It was definitely a wave land, but it worked.
That was a failed wave land.
It worked as air dodge back to you. Sometimes that's all you need. Oh, that was perfect. You basically realized that they were just about to start spamming mid-aggressive options at you, so you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna wave dash back. So we got one this game.
Yeah, let's go. We got one. But here's I think the big important thing that I needed a lesson for, like this kind of moment. I don't know what to do right here. We're at 0 and I'm like, all right, I got a hit. Now I'm trying to spam my kill option.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I get this fair. This is really good, by the way. You landed behind him, so this is nice. So then you dash back and you're like, all right, I try and go for a grab, which is fine. He did like a random, what was it, like forward tilt or something by accident. I don't think you really intend to do that movement. So this was fine. As soon as I whiff this grab, I'm like thinking, okay, how do I get out of this situation? Of course, I'm not gonna dive because I whiffed this grab.
Yeah.
But I still need to like mitigate losses somehow. You decide wave dash back. Honestly, this Fox jumped way in the air here, which scares me. As a Fox,
I didn't like it.
It scares me as both players, because in my head, if I'm Fox, why would I do that? Because I can get up aired. But if I'm Puff, it's like, man, if they read me like trying to like grab their dash or something, I just die here if I'm at kill percent. But if I'm at low percent, I can still get like up aired, and like I am at kill percent now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this situation's scary, which I do like the wave dash back. But also sometimes you can try and just literally try and read this jump with an up air. But like I was saying earlier, it's like they shouldn't be doing this jump, which is the
I haven't seen him Randy full hop.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen it yet, and because I was unfamiliar with the situation, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just back out of this one. I'm like, I'm out of there.
I want to see when you started your Wavedash back. You get the grab. Fox is dash dancing. Okay, this is reasonable. So again, like I was saying earlier, you could also just like stay crouching here and just see what they do, because like he doesn't have to, you know, do the short hop aerial at you or do like an Upsmash at you, or he could have done the overshoot grab like he did earlier, and then he would just whiff, and then you could just turn around and grab that. So it's like, I think it would have been fun to just stay here crouching and just see what happens. Maybe you could also crouch cancel grab the Nair too.
I struggle with that too, because I feel like every time they get the low Nair, I get shine immediately after.
Yeah, I would rather wave dash back it every time. I'm not like,
I'm
not advocating for it, but it could have happened. But the whole point of it was that staying crouching here and not wave dash backing, you could have actually probably hit this with an up air.
Okay.
I think he probably could have. It would be tight, but in my head, I think I could.
It gave me a shot, but here I have no opportunity.
Yeah, okay. No. It's like, as soon as you wave dash back, though, you don't have to do anything on this one, too. You can just stay here crouching and wait for him to fall at you. Literally, he cannot fall into your crouch over here with any move, because there's a platform restricting him. And he can't he can't even drift after that. Like, he like hit his max drift instantly off of the full hop, because he's not Jigglypuff. So it's like, he can keep drifting, and then, like, you know, like fall on top of you with the drill or anything. So,
okay, I never thought of that. That actually...
Yeah, it's like if you don't have to move after... Like, because you already moved out of the way of the full hop with the initial wave dash back. Even though that wasn't really your intention, you were trying to wave dash back to avoid a short hop aerial. But once you saw them full hop after your wave dash back, you should be like, can I get hit by this? No? Then I don't need to move. And I can just try and grab the landing. Because if you grab the landing, you would actually be able to get a real follow-up instead of this Pounnd, which is literally just sad. This is like one of my least favorite things in the matchup. It's like, I'm either slow at the tech chase or it's an impossible tech chase like this one.
Yeah, like he landed before me, it's over.
Yeah, no, that's why like these type of Pounds are like they don't really work comparatively to just a grab in the spot too. It's just like they can tech basically instantly after the Pounnd and you're still in the air. Whereas if you Pound and you're like the end of the Pounnd hits Fox, then you at least have time to tech chase them. Whereas like you're hitting him at the start of the Pounnd, so you have no time to do this. I like this entire sequence. This was fine. I feel like you definitely had this though, just straight up. I think you could either falling up air again here. I'd probably falling up air again.
You think so? Oh, because he's gonna jump. Like, there's no way he doesn't.
It's like, even if he doesn't get hit by that, he is still in a bad spot after the falling up air.
Yeah.
You can just wave dash back out of the way again. And then what does he do? He tries to like land onto the platform with a Nair. You just up air that after it's over. It's just literally...
Adding that to my sequence right there.
Yeah, it's like, I'm always usually down in these sequences to up air, even if like there's a chance they can get out of it, because they're still in a bad spot after jumping. It's just like, it's just way better. Like, even if you hit him with back air here, it's like he's off stage barely, and like not that much hit stun. But if you up aired him, you can actually hit a rest, or like get like a more up air into a back air that will for sure kill off of the Edgeguard sequence. Whereas this one, he has so many mix-ups that are gonna happen in a second if you actually up back aired. It's like crazy, because if he missed this up air, he did air dodge too.
Yeah.
He was literally gonna die. I actually hate these tech chases when they miss a tech, so I'm not gonna follow you on this one.
Yeah, that was a little tough one.
It's definitely just like a practice, like Uncle Punch, just make them mistech, because I think it's harder than them teching for sure, because they can get up attack and it's just like really annoying. Yeah, this is the exact same DI as earlier. I think this one,
Yeah.
This one was more sus to punish, but you actually had the perfect punish anyways as well too, which is crazy. But I would still prefer you to go for the back air, because if you whip, it's not gonna. There's nothing wrong that happens from whipping that back
That's
air.
what I'm gonna Uncle Punch literally like right after this.
Yeah.
Just hitting that backwards jump. Because when I miss it, I'm like, okay, I missed it. So then I just run.
Yep. Okay. This was actually pretty fine use of invincibility until you drifted in here.
Yeah, until I drifted into Nair for some reason.
Yeah, this is really weird. Yeah, usually either how I do it is if they're really aggressive, I like to usually start my jump off the back of the platform this way and then kind of stay over there for the most part. Because if I drift into center, they have a better opportunity to up air with invincibility, which is what we were saying about being hard for Fox, because you can get hit here and potentially die off it, but he can't die off it when he's invincible. So it's like usually I don't drift from the center with invincibility like this. I usually just like jump over here and like double jump away, and then I do like my drift in after like the invincibility is over essentially, or I go to ledge. Either one doesn't really matter. But I do like starting all my invincibility sessions versus Fox on the side platform. It was fine.
I've never been more scared.
Yeah, this is an annoying spot for sure, because you already know the Fox is looking for you to land.
He's waiting.
He's either literally he's looking for you to land and hard read whether you're going to drift back, drift on top of him, or cross him up, and that's all he's seeing right now. He's like, I don't care what happens right now. I'm just gonna hard read one of your landings, and then
they're thinking about the triangle. They're thinking about the triangle. I hate it.
Or they're like, oh okay, I'm gonna like hope Puff does something like this, and then dies. Like this was so scary. Like, oh my god. That's what I was saying in terms of lighting up platform after this, because Fox was actionable before you were here.
I love high risk, low reward. I love it. I live for it, you know?
I think if he shined, he might have been able to shine thick chase you, which is crazy. Let me see. Yeah, shine hits you. Wow, that's insane.
Oh, but that jab came out.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because if he read... He probably read you drifting this way after this, but if you read me drifting that way too, it was just like over.
Oh, I was never gonna go in front of him. Fuck that. You're gonna have to hit that around. You're gonna have to turn around.
Yeah, no. Oh, same thing with Pounnd, where you're so close and you just start up like. Sometimes when you like are in this situation where you get the right read with like the Wavedash back or like the in place movement, and they like whiff something onto you, it's fine to shield and then not like really care about like trying to punish what they do after, and just like being content with resetting neutral rather than trying to hit them out of shield like this.
Cause I could have just like, wave dash back to state like ledge or something.
You could have just wave dash off the stage, jump away, and that's fine. Get to ledge, get height with like tournament winner, and just like try and play the corner that way rather than this really aggressive type of movement. This Fox isn't really shown to like dash back that much, so this kind of worked out for you. But at the same time, if they were like, all right, this time, you know what, I'm gonna expect them to attack out of the corner with a back or at a shield, they just dash back for the one time to smash, and they're just like, they up smash you, you're dead. And it's like they don't really risk that much doing this dash back too as well when you're cornered, because they have center still. It's like you still have to work your way out of the corner, because Puff isn't getting to center with Fox like dashing back one time for like a second. He's too fast, and he can get back onto the side platform with a Nair after. So it's like, yeah, no, it's just like you don't have to necessarily fight out of the corner in this situation. It just worked only because of this Fox's playstyle. But I could definitely see you just like doing the same thing versus another Fox, and then he just getting out smashed. But yeah, this Pounnd is not good again. Like again, you could replace that with, I don't even know what the hell that happened. Honestly, that was crazy.
I was trying to sig reset. For some reason, I like doing that. I should not do it, but I love it.
Yeah, that's crazy because it's not even fully
invincible. Yeah, it's not. It's just I like vibing, singing in the corner.
I don't really like using Nair as a move to attack.
In invincibility.
Yeah, it's just so low reward comparatively. It's not gonna really true grab. It's just like you'd rather just already be hitting them with a fair or back air, just meteor moves or up air, and then you can do the jab after. Oh, I do not like the flop fair. I think you could up air here. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I often use up their combos, so the optimizations here and there. But you did get literally the perfect type of mess up hits from it, which is good. Like, very good spacing here. Again, you kind of jump, like, with a full hop, and, like, let them down the corner, essentially, here. It's the same thing as earlier.
You missed it.
It's like... Okay. Yeah, you full hopped here. And then, this time, Fox is like, I can get out of the corner with a jump, because he cannot really threaten me anymore, because he's starting to land. But maybe you could have full hopped then double jumped up air this, but honestly that would have been psychopath type of gameplay.
Yeah, that would have been unhinged behavior.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Puff do this. Do full hop and then fall, then double jump after. That would be insane. But yeah, basically you just full hop in the corner. It's like if you wanted to like kind of keep the pressure in the corner like this after this fair, I would probably just short hop back here in place. Maybe like slight drift in. I'm just expecting them to dash out of the corner right now. Or shield. And if they shield, and I drift away from my back air, who cares? I have center. So it's like... or they could have rolled into you, maybe, and you could still... You could like space your back air to cover the roll in, like Alex Puff stuff type of meta.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was... I think, especially when Fox at 61... I'm not really thinking like I need to like do jump to try and like cover like a jump that potentially could happen. I'm just like trying to cover dash, or I'm just spacing to get like still having control of center without basically letting him out of the corner. I think you can. This one I think you could you could get a strong fair for sure on this. Like you got weak fair twice. Honestly it's kind of close, so maybe you can get a Pounnd. It's very close, so I probably would strong fair this every time.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately I should have back through there.
Yeah, I mean it's a 50-50 to back throw or up throw, so like as long as you're playing the 50-50, right, it's fine, because like the bad DI for up throw is pretty good for back throw. So,
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'd rather back throw, but as long as you play the 50-50 rate, it's fine. Like, I do up throw a lot in this spot as well, too, just because I play the back throw 50-50 so much. I don't get really going for Pounnd at this percent. It's like, you're getting a knockdown the same way, but like, when you get a Pounnd knockdown when they're at 77, they're gonna go flying across the stage.
They're just, they're out of there.
And then they're just like, it's literally just you swap positions. You're over here and Fox is over here now. It's just like, nothing good happens out of this. But if you whiff, then you somehow avoided damage, but you definitely should have taken damage. This is pretty similar to what I was talking about. After you do this Wavedash back, you instantly jump, like you were doing earlier, where you'd land on the ground and jump. This is a big common habit that I've had to deal with. Whenever I do Wavedash back, I instantly try and do something out of it. Just don't. Just like be like, all right, this time after I Wavedash back, I'm just gonna sit here and just like wait to see what Fox does, which you would have for sure. I think you would have been able to outspace like that Nair and then just grab it. But even if you didn't, you could have potentially Wavedash back again if you didn't really feel like comfortable with the spacing.
How did that jab miss? I definitely was too far.
Yeah, your aversion to landing on ledge is crazy. I would not have landed stage here, I don't think. It's just
the guy like me is allergic to it.
Yeah, no, I would just literally land right, just get my jumps back, tournament winner, and just go right back into that spot with fresh jumps. I think that's fine. It's like, yeah, like going to stage here is like objectively better in some situations, but subjectively, I don't really like going stage every time, because like they're gonna hard read it with the overshoot grab like they did earlier in the game, like
Yeah.
twice, so you could literally have died for this. So I usually don't like doing this, unless like I've shown that I've gone to edge so many times and they start backing off and going for lasers. This was completely fine gameplay, honestly. Jumping off stage in this spot is fine because they can't grab you when you're off stage. So this is like the only alternative to the like just going for like a back air or grabbing them for trying to overshoot you. Like in this spot, like it makes sense to jump off stage, or you could have Wavedash back to ledge to beat it. But obviously, if you're in stage, you can't do this. So this is really good. It's like that's like the whole like when we're talking about like defensive, like even though it's like kind of not your nature or whatever, it's like that was like basically it made sense to the percents. It was like something that like the defensive play, like you could have gone for an aggressive play and still won that interaction, but the defensive play made more sense essentially because of the percents and like the fact that you could die for going for the aggressive play and you don't need to. It's like sometimes you need to go for the aggressive play, but this time you didn't. So this is good.
Yeah.
It's like these type of interactions, I'm sure, like if you literally skip like I'm saying to Hungry Box like a kill percent, like he'll probably do these exact interactions, like picking when he cannot do a defensive play and doing the aggressive play, and then essentially moving from there. Okay. You definitely chose Crossup Shield like past like 3 or 4 landing times, so this is just something to be worried about. Oh wow!
No.
This time it's funny because you decided to not Crossup Shield. That's the matchup. That's honestly the matchup. But so if you did a drift like on top of him, I think you could have just crouched after and been able to get out of this because he's wave dashing forward, so he can't really beat you if you're already on top of him. You don't have to drift back. So a lot of the times when I'm noticing the wave dash forward type of gameplay, obviously I'm never drifting back because that always loses pretty much. Sometimes you can get out of it, but I usually prefer to execution test them essentially to beat the other options. In this situation, you could not cross them up. But even then, you've crossed him up so many times, like, I'd rather just land on top of him with the fair and just be like, are you going to shield grab me? Are you going to shine out shield? Are you going to Upsmash this time? And then go from there. It's like, landing on top of them is the scariest of the 3 landing spots because, like, it's like the least execution. Like, it doesn't require a wave dash, doesn't require, like, a turnaround. But, like, the fact that it seems so scrubby makes it better in my head.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't expect you to land on top. Like, what are you doing? Like, I had a shield grab you. Like,
Yeah. Why would you do that?
But did you expect it though? It's like that's the whole point. You can't really beat all 3, so you have to choose one. But yeah, that
That's all she wrote.
Literally just lost a mix-up. It's just like you did nothing wrong. It's just like you could have chose a different one, which was like probably slightly better in that spot. You can look a little bit another game. Pull it up. Do you have any preference to any of the other ones that were like you like?
Yeah. So it's. I mean, we could just watch another one from that same set.
Yeah.
Because that was like a ranked set or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So FOD was like the last game.
Thank God. I was really expecting Slippy to just blare sound at me, just ignore my sound settings. Slippy playback just sucks in a lot of situations for this. I don't know why, it just doesn't save settings all the time, but I think I got it. It's funny you went for the Nair again. And
Oh, I did the double grab. I'm him.
Yeah, you actually are him right now. It's like, even though the double grab wasn't the SDJ grab because it was pretty unlikely they were going to dash at you because they hit you. And they were like, oh, okay, I'm just going to keep hitting Puff. But you got out of it, so like they weren't ready for that. But yeah, no, you literally did the double grab. Just funny. It's because they weren't good on the timing to actually punish it. It's like that definitely against like a Fox of like Penn State, I could expect myself doing this and it just working. I'm not like the most advocate of this, but I've thought about doing this a lot and like I've tested it out and it's like yeah, it actually kind of works. Just like in my head, I just like doing other options, but it is really good at like these percents a lot of the time. It's like, well, if you whiff, it's like, oh, I maybe eat 30%, which like sucks, but like at the same time, I'm not dying at 42. So it's like,
yeah, but if I get that grab, it's
if I get the
over.
grab, it's like they're never gonna be DIing it because they're in the middle of dash or trying to
Yeah,
hit you.
yeah.
It's pretty annoying. I've like talked to very good Foxes about it playing SDJ. It's like, yeah, it's fucking annoying.
No.
Okay, this time you go ledge. Okay.
Oh, he ran up. He just did it.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know what?
Yeah,
Sometimes
no.
you just do
This was crazy that he was able to hit you with this. Would you read this back? I can't tell with the bubble.
I hope so.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah, that's literally like, yeah, you're just not beating this option enough of the time is the problem here.
They feel too safe to do that.
Yeah, it's like it's a part of it is that when you land, you either always jump after landing, or you do wave dash back then jump, or like every time you land you wave dash back. It's like you're not like doing just like sitting there crouching. You don't shield. You don't like. You can throw out even dash attack too. Especially at 30% when it knocks down.
Yeah,
dash attack's
they're knocking
reasonable.
down. Yeah.
Because you can't really. Sometimes you can't get the back air out or to punish the dash. So you're like, I could grab, but I could also dash attack too, and that's fine.
And I gotta show it. I gotta show that I'm willing to dash attack, especially when we get to 30.
Yeah,
That's my knockdown. You know, it could lead to a kill.
Yeah, I've been thinking about using dash attack more versus Fox first landing, because I've been using it in other matches like Mark, but it's even better against Fox. Cause as soon as like that dash attack hits, it's gonna.
Yeah, like empty hop like dash attack when they're already running towards you to try to punish if you back aired. I could see that being good.
It's just like that's like the fastest thing besides going for grab in place, and it's just like you're not going for an in place move, you're going for an aggressive move. I think you missed an L cancel or something here. This is weird. Yeah, you missed an L cancel.
Oh, I did.
I was like, how'd you get hit by that? That makes no sense. That drill is fine because you dash cancel it. That was the only distinction between that drill and the other drills, essentially. But even then, you actually almost lost this interaction, which is funny.
Yeah, can they be back air? Good night.
Yeah, no. I think you could just double jump after and just turn around back air. That's probably what I would have done.
Okay.
Sometimes, like, it's hard to recognize that they're going to slide off the ledge, though, but a lot of the times they will just go to ledge off this drill. Yeah, like, you keep using Pounnd, like, at, like, 70%, which is really weird. Like, this doesn't... Like, you could have literally...
Yeah, do anything.
Like, this Fox is crazy for wake of smashing right here. That's insane. But, like, if they just woke up shield... Like a normal human?
Yeah, I'm getting grabbed.
I know they just all smash out a shield if they're like, you know, decent. Like Cobalt, like dude, Cobalt shields this every time. It just all smash shield like, oh. But yeah, no, this should not have worked either. And then even though it did work, they're on ledge and you try and backer them and you're gonna die. That's crazy. I'm
not gonna die. They
didn't read the wave dash back with grab. Crazy, man. Wow. I was bad by them. And then you get a kill for it. So that's crazy. You gotta. That's the messed up part about Puff. Sometimes you just like you do something wrong, and then you're just like, oh, I'm the sickest player on the planet, and then it's just like you get rewarded in your brain for doing that action. You're like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. It's just like, nope.
Yeah, it's like, I want to stop the dopamine drip of doing the wrong thing but getting a kill.
It's just hard to be like. It's like hard to just like objectively think, oh yeah, that was really bad, unless you like actively like look how you're getting a hit. There's a lot of like about analysis.
Yeah, the intentionality there. That was just me attacking, just cause.
Yeah, no, it's like that Pounnd was just like so egregious for risk reward wise. It's like, okay, if you miss, you die. If you hit, they go to ledge, and then they ledge us up smash you, or they grab you if they really dash back. It's just like, he didn't have to side B too. He side B'd the ledge, so he could have just literally got to ledge dash, and I think he out smashed, and he would have been killed for sure.
He would have blew me up.
But yeah, it's like, just recognizing like, oh, when I got a hit, was that like a real meaningful hit? Like, you're going back to the beginning, it's just like, you're like, yeah, like the wind, like, you know, it's just like it was like a bunch of like hard reads or whatever. It's just like wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
It's just like the same thing. It's gotta be like, was that a consistent way to win neutral? And if it wasn't, you weren't winning a mix up. It's just like it's not good. It's like the other thing, like maybe that like Pounnd could catch a dash, but like again, if you're gonna catch a dash, why not just use like dash attack, back air, grab? It's like moves that like are better at suiting it because they'll actually lead to more things, and then
Yeah.
if you whiff, they're a lot easier to not die from. It's like you die instantly from Pounnd. Yay! I like this. You're at kill percent, and basically this fox is now in Upsmash mode to me, or Nair mode. Basically, as soon as they whip that ledge dash Upsmash, I'm thinking they're done going for this overshoot grab for a little bit. They're hungry for the Upsmash, so I'm like, I'm down to just like plank or just like jump off stage because I'm just waiting for them to whip an Upsmash and just like either I just take center on that or I just chip damage it over and over again.
Yeah, but then I start feeling guilty.
Yeah,
You see the
there's
guilt.
there's literally no reason to. It's like the only reason I usually get off the ledge in these types of situations versus like a fox that's like, I need to up smash right now or I need to short hop nair at you or up air, is just like I get like how do I say it? I don't get guilty, I just get like bored. Not bored, but like I just get unfocused, is because I'm not like really bored doing that necessarily. I'm just like, because I'm like thinking about what Fox is doing, thinking about what I could do. So like I have things going on in my brain, but I just get unfocused on like what was winning me neutral in the first.
Yeah.
So like I don't take too long on the ledge anymore. I've tried taking my time on the ledge, like literally like peak hunger box ledge camping in 2015. And just like doing that, it's just like it's so not good. Like I haven't seen like Hunger Box do it like nowadays, and anytime he's ledge camped like extensively this year, he's gotten owned.
Oh, he's gotten fucked up bad. Then the
just,
next game he's aggressive, and then like he's the goat again.
Yeah, it's just literally he's getting unfocused doing it, and it's very obvious from every player. So it's just like the less time you spend on the ledge is really good, but you still need to spend some time on it if the Fox is showing that they are only going to go for like up smash on the ledge or like short hop aerial. So it's like if you can beat that option consistently, there's no reason to stop beating it, but you could potentially just progress to a more aggressive stance, like taking center instead and just letting it happen.
I think the unfocused theory is you're about to see an example of that, because I think after that my brain just exploded. I think I get like real fucked up in this stock.
Oh my god, you need the short Pounnd again.
Yeah, it was bad. That was really bad.
Yeah, no, it's... I remember doing these Pounds. It's like, you're like, okay, Fox at knockdown percent, I can't knock him down with back air or fair, so it's like, I should just Pounnd. It's just like, but like, you could just go for a grab, which is just like way higher reward here. And it's like, you just gotta be thinking like, man, when my move hits, is it really gonna do something? Even if it's a knockdown, it's just like, if it's not, it's just like, it's not good.
Yeah.
This spot, like, yeah, I'd probably just Wavedash back and grab because they're not showing the fact they're gonna, dash back. It's crazy. I don't think they've dashed back 0 times as a mix-up, which is crazy. It's just like, that's what I was saying. Like, you can basically categorize what the Fox is gonna do the entire game after like 2 minutes. Sometimes like in bot mouse. What? Oh yeah, like Kata, yeah. That's how
I felt when I play him.
Yeah, no, it's like it's like I know Kata is always going to spam full hop as their entire neutral. It's just like, okay, cool. And it's just like, even though I don't think full hop is a good way to play Fox, obviously, in this matchup. But, yeah, no, it's just so easy to categorize the Fox and just be like, alright, they're not doing this mix-up. What? I just don't have to, like, deal with it anymore. So I can throw out more back airs to cover dashes. I can be more aggressive, essentially. Not be more aggressive, but basically throw out moves to cover, like, overshoots from Fox more. Because that's, like, the hard part about this matchup is it's really hard to throw out, like, a back air or a grab and not die from Fox dashing back. Because dash back is just, like, not, like, brain dead easy from Fox to do, but it's like so much safer than doing any of the other moves for Fox. So it's always funny when it's just like they're not using their safest option over and over again. Because Puff is such a slow character, it's like, why not just like spam the option that makes her have to come to you and then take space and just like then like has to play neutral again? It's just like,
Yeah.
It's just funny when Fox only picked 2 options. It's just insane. Nice. Oh yeah, this up throw is the combo. I would literally spend like a lot of time on this. I would. Oh my god, this is so important. This one definitely you can up throw here. For
Yeah.
sure.
We're labbing. We're labbing. We're labbing. We're
Yeah,
labbing.
no,
We're labbing.
I think it. Honestly, a lot of my up throw combos, I'm just like I've gotten good to them at the point where I kind of just freeform them. Like here, I would choose between full hop up air. I would choose short hop, like dash short hop up air. Maybe sometimes I would even choose fair. Like it's ridiculous, but again, also mixing up back throw too is important as well. But
Yeah.
but I mean, I wouldn't really care about mixing up back throw until my up throw combos are like 90% consistency. That's like usually where like I'm happy. Like if I miss like more than one up throw combo in a set, I'm just upset at myself already. It's like usually the only ways I mess them up is I just like miscalculate percent and I'm like, oh wait, he didn't die from rest, or this upper didn't knock down. That's like the only time I'm like really bad at them.
Yeah, and I get them.
And you cut out, or I cut out, I think.
Enough. It's not a problem like getting the grab. I just need those need to be like guaranteed follow-ups.
Yeah. You cut out, but I definitely pieced together what you're saying. Yeah, no.
Okay. My bad. My bad.
No, it's good. It could have just been my connection too. It's so terrible for some reason. This was like kind of the same as you did on the left side of Pokemon, where you're both like in the shield situation. Like Fox would definitely have shielded this as well too. This is the whole thing I'm saying here. Is basically the exact same situation. You're both shielding against each other, but this time you were facing center, so I like this back air a lot more than the time where you were cornered and back airing into Fox into center.
Yeah.
It's just like completely different of a situation, but they look the same basically, but it's just so much better when you're the one in center stage off the shield than not. So why? That's crazy. The same situation happened 2 times in a row. Oh my god. This time you actually had more frame advantage and you still chose to do the same option. But since you were cornered, it doesn't work. Oh man. Yeah, no, I would either crouch in place there because you can't hit me, or I could crouch in place and then decide when's Fox gonna leave shield. If he doesn't leave shield soon, I could either just like shield poke him with a downer at this percent. I'm completely fine to do that. Like a lot of my gameplay at like this percent against Fox, or like a little bit higher, is I kind of just let them sit in shield and then just drill, like short hop drill, and then shield poke them with the cross up drill on their feet. As something I really like doing this percent. Or I just like, then I do the no fast fall up air or fast fall tomahawk grab after a while. It's like those are the only 2 things I'm really thinking about. I'm not really thinking I need to back air through a shield right now, essentially. It's like if I'm shielding, there's no really point to do that. Ooh.
Gameplay is happening.
Yeah. I don't like fair at all there. I think you could just back air. I drop 7 back air this every time. It's just a better move to hit this for sure. You could have also, done like different edge guards here. You could have like drilled from ledge too. I think just drop 7 back air.
Yeah, I didn't need to take percent here.
Yeah,
I was more confident in my execution there, and I noticed I had my drift off. Like I was not to the left of him, so I was like, all right, I have to hit something.
Yeah, no, it's just, yeah, this is pretty important. It was weird because it was like an awkward situation already, because like this, I think you could have just back aired like, I just felt like this situation just felt weird. I'm trying to think. Like once I hit this, I feel like you could just, what I would do a lot of the time here is I wouldn't do this back air. Well, I would have done this back air if I was still in the air. I didn't have to jump again. But because I have to jump now, I'm either expecting them to double jump on the stage, in which case I'm like either wave dashing back or jumping back and then like dash attacking or grabbing them, jumping on the stage, or I'm expecting them to go to ledge. And a lot of times in the situation, I like doing dash off the side and then just fairing after. That's really good.
Okay.
Because it doesn't require me to jump. That's the whole point of it. I'm just falling off and just drop zoning with my fair. So I like doing that a lot. But yeah, it just creates such like an awkward edge guard. There's literally 10 seconds left. How the hell does this game end in 10 seconds? This is not in 10 seconds.
I'm magical. I'm magical.
The SD? What the hell? Oh, wow. The short pound actually worked this time. I don't really like this type of fair. I would rather just sit on ledge and then wait for them to whiff their back air, if anything. Because they're expecting you to turn a winner in here or turn around back air on the stage. So to beat that, you just sit on ledge and then do the fair after. You're not really doing it preemptively. Because like, there's really no reason to keep refreshing edge until you're actually vulnerable again. You have invincibility for a long time, and then you can just re-grab with a jump too. You don't have to fair a lot of time. It's like Hungrybox lately is really optimized his re-grabs. It's like feels pretty good.
Okay, I gotta watch that then.
He doesn't do the fair re-grabs that much. He usually just jumps and grabs it again. Or he does like drop and then up air, because it's really hard to punish up air without like overcommitting yourself as Fox. That's another one too.
Yeah.
It's just like fair takes so much time to re-grab, whereas like if you just stay on ledge a little bit longer, it's just way better. But yeah, this really was ridiculous, honestly. But you got the job done.
That's what we do for the ranked points on the ladder.
Yeah. We'd like the number to go up on ranked, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I don't really play that much. I just treat it like I would tournament, and I play until whatever I get like 2 losses, and then I'm done for the day. I much prefer to just play people that like I know, so I'd rather play direct than play ranked or like unranked, because I just feel like those are not.
No.
I'm not learning.
It's so much harder to learn in ranked and unranked comparatively to a session. But yeah, no, it's like the whole like biggest things are definitely the up throw, the combo game, most important. It was the landing situations, like land jump, land wave dash back, instead of like mixing up more with like land just stay crouching. You can do land shield, land dash attack, land grab works too. What else? And then like you picking whether you're going to basically beat their option like based on their play styles. Like that Fox never dash back, so there's really no reason to be that aggressive in that matchup. It's really just about throwing out back airs into center stage to cover them dashing in or grabbing in the same spot, grabbing in place, or because they're mostly doing, you know, the short hop aerials and Upsmashing, just wave dash back and getting more comfortable with the turnaround timing and just like punishing it more rather than like, you know, throwing out back airs in that spot. And then just like overall like some like the shield interactions, like landing on shield versus drifting away versus cross up versus like when should I be even crossing up, and then like the overarching just like risk reward, like those pounds, landing the nairs, just like, and then again like watching Hungrybox how he plays like the high percent game specifically. But yeah, I think that covers most of it. Do you have any other questions?
I don't have any other questions, because all the stuff I wanted to ask, like I asked throughout, and I mean, like you answered them all really well. So I know what I really need to practice. I mean, like I have the big tournament coming up Saturday, but like I'm just playing it just so I could like learn. I'm not necessarily tied to any result right now, but I knew versus Fox there was like some big thing I was missing, and thankfully now I know a lot of things that I can use some work on, specifically the up throw follow-ups, like you said, and I didn't realize how bad my landing habit was until now. And I also don't mix up Tomahawk nearly enough in that matchup, because I get them to shield. I just don't mix it.
It's really hard, I will say. Like, we didn't touch on it too much, but it's really, really hard to go Tomahawk grab nowadays. People are really going to shine out a shield, or just recognizing, like, oh, I shouldn't be shielding anymore, and then just dash. They just wave dash out a shield. They just drop shield, they jump. It's like they're just really they usually don't jump. They just drop shield and just get out of there. And it's just like it's way harder nowadays to get tomahawk grabs. But yeah, it's like there was a lot of situations like those like shield interactions where you're both shielding. It's just like yeah, you could have thrown like a tomahawk grab like after a little bit of waiting rather than like going for like a cross-up backer and shield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Like that's all I got. I might. Well, I'll definitely ask you for some help in a different matchup, maybe like Marv, because that's been really confusing for me lately.
Yeah.
But anyhow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. No
I feel learnt, and now my brain is like maybe like 5% bigger, like right now.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's huge. All right, adios, homie. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. See ya.
Peace.